Welcome to the Dub House. I am your host, Uncle Trey. We are here. We are live. We are ready to go here on Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. 2 days until Freedom Day, y'all. 2 days until Freedom Day. It's weird coming up. It's weird trying to continue to do the things I have to do to finish this job up. But 2 days until Freedom Day. October 3rd is Friday coming up. Freedom Day. I'll be no longer constrained by this job. I could be able to do whatever I need to do for the Dub House. And then also although I'll be looking for another job. Of course, I'm gonna be looking for a job, like stuff like I'm doing now. But yeah, I won't be at this job that don't want me anymore. So yeah, so I'm kind of it's bittersweet. I'm excited but nervous at the same time. But at the end of the day, I just really feel that everything is going to work its way out. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to come out better than what we were before. So all the stuff that I'm losing because of this job, all the my income that I'm losing because of this job is going to be made up for, and it's going to be made up for big time. So I'm not going to be too worried. I can't be too worried because that's not what the Lord wants us to do. He doesn't want us to live a little worried and stuff like that. He wants us to trust Him. So this is my opportunity to trust Him and show Him that I am trusting Him, and I have changed my way of thinking and my way of life. And I'm no longer hiding behind fear. I'm no longer going to let fear dictate my life and dictate things and how I live and who I am as a person. So that old saying that they had back on T-shirts and stuff. F fear. So that's how I'm going. And that's how I'm looking at it. F fear. I can't be scared. Just can't be scared because I know the Lord has us, and I know the Lord is going to take care of us, and He's just giving us the things that we need to do. All right. I hate that I can't. Sometimes I just can't sit here and type and do things and talk at the same time. But it is what it is. It's always been like that. Um, I don't know why, but it's just been like that. Yeah. So we're here, and we're trying to get the show going and just get things built up here. It's going slowly, 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 but the good thing is that it's going, and that's what we want is for it to go. We can't sit here and allow it to. I think that it's going to happen right overnight. I think things are going to change, and then we're going to start doing a show like this and other things that I'm doing, and people are just going to just be there from day one. Yeah, there's going to be a couple people that's there from day one and knows and understands, but everything else is going to have to take time to build up. But it eventually get there, and everything will work its way out and be the way that it's supposed to be. And it just makes me just proud and happy because we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're doing it. Like I said, the first book is out, is ready, and it's been out for about a little over a month now. The introduction to the blended family. Now, Blended Family Dating is coming out on the 26th, although it's available for purchase right now. If you want to go ahead and pick up your copy, the core edition is available. But then also the book Unspoken Strength. That one is going to be released on Friday, but it's available for purchase now. If you want to take a look, go out there to take a look. www.dubhouse2019.com. Take a look and see what we have there. There's more things coming. And head on over to the gift shop to see what you can find in there. I know things are growing. Things are starting to pick up and get bigger. I just got to get some more designs out there, and then find some things that I know that you guys are going to love. I just got to have time to do it. Right now, it's just not a lot of time with work, and then trying to do this and the classes I'm taking. By the time I get through work and then with classes, I'm dog tired. So I try to get some things done, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. But it's going to happen. So we're going to make it happen, and I'm not worried about not doing it. So let's go ahead and get into today's. Today's topics. So let's see what's going on in national news here today. All right, I have my list up from my buddy Gemini. So let's see. The government shut down. That's the number one thing. That's the number one news. I went and gave a little short on TikTok last night. Yep, it happened. Last night, the government shut down. And you know, of course, what they're doing, as they always do, is this administration always do. They're blaming the Democrats. They're blaming the left for this happening. But the crazy part is they're not giving the truth as to why the Democrats didn't agree to the budget. They want to make it look like he's trying to make it look like they're asking for all this other stuff. He's spreading his rhetoric and his BS around right now. It's just not the truth. It's just not the truth. So please don't listen to that man lie to you. It is not because they want to give health care to illegal aliens or anything like that. Because think about it. Think about it. How can Democrats fight to give immigrants health care when they're getting them out, when they're making them leave? They're kicking them out the country. But the Democrats are fighting to give them coverage because they don't want to believe us. They think that no, they believe us. They just want. It's just their tactic to try to discredit. It's all tactics, you know. It's all tactics. It's all tactics. Right out of the mustache man's playbook. So that's all this is. Let's take a look at this story really quick. See what we can find. First edition. Let's see. So the shutdown, hospitals face major flood risks. Trump is making it worse. Louisville, Tennessee. I'm not going to go through read all of these. I'm just going to show you. You can go out here to KFF News, Health News, and figure this out. You see it yourself. I don't like this source. It's just I don't know. We'll go back and look at something else. I don't like that one. Yeah, this is all KFF. I don't know what that. I don't know the source. You know, let's see. Let's go to a source to talk about it that I trust. I don't know what that is. I can't trust a news source that I never heard of. I'm sorry. Maybe later on I'll go back and take a look at it just to see what it's about. But right now I'm not going to sit there and take a look at it. So what does it mean for when the U.S. government shuts down? What does it mean for USPS, Social Security, and more? So it shut down at midnight Eastern Time after Congress and the White House failed to reach an agreement to keep the government programs and services running by Wednesday's deadline. Roughly 750,000 federal workers are expected to be furloughed, some potentially fired by the Trump administration. That's what he wants to do anyway. Many offices will be shuttered, perhaps permanently, as Donald Trump vows to do things that are irreversible, that are bad as retribution. And that what kind of person, what kind of leader has to go get and try to get retribution on everything? I mean, come on now. Aren't you 80 over 80 years old or about to turn 80 years old? But you're acting like an 8-year-old. You're running the country like you're 8. Come on, revenge and getting back at people. Come on now. This is crazy. All right, so other functions like NASA space missions, Trump's immigration crackdown, and certain public health work at FDA and USDA will continue. It's the first government shutdown since 2018 and Trump's first term, which was the longest ever at 34 days, lasting until early 2019. As of Wednesday morning, there was no clear path to a resolution, with two sides fundamentally at odds over how to resolve the impasse. So Democrats are wanting to make sure that the healthcare credits for the Affordable Care Act are extended, and that Medicare and Medicaid are protected for U.S. citizens. But the Trump administration doesn't want to do it. They don't want to put it in there. So instead of just simply saying arguing their point, they're bringing it to the public and saying that the Democrats wants to give illegal aliens their health care and do all this other stuff, give health care outside to other countries. It's crazy, but it's like, but yeah, he has this $20 million deal with Argentina, who's going to turn around and flip that and work with China on things and eventually cut the U.S. out. So Trump is not a good leader. He is not smart, and what he's doing is really going to demolish this country because he's giving he's giving other countries to go work with China. He's cutting the U.S. out and keeping us from having anything at all. I don't know what his thoughts are, why he thinks this is going to help, but it is what it is. It's stressful, and I'm just tired of seeing it because the Republican Party, they control both the House and the Senate, but it needs the Democrat support to pass a bill in the Senate because 60 votes are required. So they're not going to give it to them because we're asking for something simple and easy, but they don't want to. They don't want to provide it because they're just like that. So as we already talked about, Trump threatens permanent layoffs for federal workers and things like that. I just don't understand what he thinks that's going to help. So a judge delivered a blistering assessment that the administration unconstitutionally targeted international students who expressed pro-Palestinian views on college campuses. Yeah, so the judge came on and made it illegal for him to target those students because they were pro-Palestinian. He was trying to take their visas. It's just crazy. He's trying to control our thoughts. He's trying to make it to where everybody has the same thoughts. So who knows if you're against him? What Hitler. You know what the mustache man did back in 100 years ago in Germany. That's what he wants to do now. But I think what he instead of something like that, he's going to try to get rid of opponents. Anybody who doesn't agree with him, he's going to. I think he's going to want to try to do something like that, round us all up and ship us out the country, or even worse. But at the end of the day, there's more people who disagree than agree. And I can tell you, I know people in the military, yeah, if you pay attention to that meeting they had with the military, all the generals and everybody, they were all quiet. Usually in those meetings, they applaud and they clap and they hear good news and things like that. They hear what they're being told, and they are enthusiastic. It was dead silent in there. The generals, nobody said nothing. They didn't applaud. They didn't cheer. They didn't do anything. They were just silent the whole time. To me, that spells they're going to honor their oath to the Constitution and not follow this mess that Trump is trying to force on them. So be ready to look out. Be on the lookout for that, and keep an eye out on that, because I don't think that they're going to actually follow through with that. So let's just keep that in mind and just pay attention. All right. So let's keep on going. The local focus is on community resistance, with protesters gathering downtown Chicago to oppose the recent escalations of U.S. immigration and customs enforcement operations, referred to as Midway Blitz. Local leaders like the Broadview mayor are demanding ICE halts its hostile actions. Yeah, if you see some of that stuff, we're not gonna play a video. We're not gonna play a video. We're not gonna do that. No, I don't want to do that. I'm not comfortable doing that yet. Once I get a little bit further in, I may play a video from another YouTube channel. But right now, I don't feel comfortable doing that. So I just took that back down, took it off. So I don't want no troubles. I don't want no troubles before I understand if I can do that or not. But I'll go figure that out. All right, so we're going to sit here and check to see, like, the federal government, like I said, shutdown has begun. Oh shoot, this will pop back to the beginning, so we already went past that. So anyway, let's keep going. A child was hit on the Bishop Ford Expressway. They were shot. So 6 years old, shot while riding in the car on the Bishop Ford. I'm saying people, the mothers are now seeking safety. You got to get these. They got to do something about these guns. We got to do something about these guns. I just know. I know people think that taking them away is what people want to do, but they don't want to. Nobody wants to take away the guns. Just want the guns. We don't want to take away the guns. Just want to have some common sense laws so that way people aren't easily assessing the guns. It's just so easy to get to the guns. So I'm just going to come over to NBC for some local news really quick. So public tours of the Obama Presidential Center grounds have begun. I would like to do something like that, but you know what? I would wait until it's done and see it when it's completely done. And then also, I probably would wait until some of this tension and stuff has kind of died down, and all this craziness isn't happening so much, because I don't want to be there, and then they decide they want to go ahead and give it an attack. So yeah, I'll wait until after some of this tension goes down. And it's a shame we have to think like that, but yeah, you got to think with safety because they're just, I know it's not really happening much here in the Chicagoland area, but you never know. You never know. These nuts, they think they're doing something good, but they're just terrorists, and they don't even realize it. So, but I do want to see this. I do want to go see the library, to the presidential center, and see how that is once it's done. So you can see this picture right here. It looks like it's going to be nice. Can't wait to see more of it. Yeah. I know a lot of I know some people turn their back and say that he wasn't, want to know what good he did, this, that, and the other. But hey, guess what? That's your opinion, and you're entitled to it, and I'm not going to try to take that from you. But I know for me, I support Obama, and yeah, I wasn't expecting. I knew he wasn't going to be able to turn around and do all these things that people had delusions in their mind that he was going to do because, they weren't going to. They were going to be stopped. That was the first. We got to work up and build up to that to where that this we got to get this funny stuff gone out our government, the racism, stuff like that. I'll just go ahead and say it. We need to get the racism out. I couldn't think of a masking word, but we got to get this racism out of our government in order for good forward-thinking programs to be able to take place. The racism won't let it happen because there's too much. I don't want this. There's too many people that's doing that because they're greedy. They're greedy. They're greedy. I don't care. My tax dollars is already coming out my check. Just don't increase it. But if it's coming out my check and going, put it towards progression. Put it towards things that's going to make life better, not only for me, but for my children and for my grandchildren, for my grandchildren's children. So, just make common sense laws that's going to make life easier for everybody and not make people bow down to one thing or commit to one person. This is a melting pot of a country. It's diverse. Let diversity hit. If that's what we created when this country was built. That's what the forefathers created. Even though we as the black people were left out, it's changed. Times have changed. It's no longer like that. I'm not one of those that's going to, okay, yeah, the bad stuff happened and I don't like it, but I'm not one to damn the country for forever because of what happened. No, we're here now. We don't know nothing about where our roots are. We're from before. So if you want to go, if you have the ability and the strength and the knowledge to go ahead and follow your roots and go back to your roots, and that's your desire, go do it. I'm not against you at all. But me, that's not what I want to do. So don't try to convince me to do it. Just do what you need to do to make your life easier for yourself, and let the rest of us live our life the way we want to. If that's what we decide we want to do, then we'll do it. But anyway, we'll keep on going. I went off on down a rabbit hole with that one. That's just my opinion and how I feel about it. But on Tuesday, NBC Chicago was given a close-up and personal look at the grounds of the Obama Presidential Center in Chicago's Jackson Park neighborhood. The center comprised of a museum, library, gathering space, and has been in the works for nearly a decade and is expected to be finished next spring. Dozens of neighborhoods circled the block to get a glimpse of the center in what is the first official public tour of the site. It gives me great pride, joy, a piece of something that I'm actually a part of in the community. I'm so ecstatic, one resident said. So yeah, the residents of Chicago are excited about this. I'm sorry if you're against it. I'm sorry, but you can't have everything you want. Because come on now. There's no need to go no further. I just don't understand why some people just want to stop progress and stop the other people that they don't agree with from having this. It's positive. It's not like it was people that's holding people down. Like they want the statue of Christopher Columbus back up in Chicago someplace. Some people do, but Christopher Columbus represented destruction. He came in and helped lead the destruction where the Native Indians was forced out. I mean, the Native Americans were forced out. So yeah, so I got us all using terms, calling them Indians and things like that. And so you grow up with that, saying those things all your whole life. It's kind of hard to change it later on. So I'm working on it. It's going to happen, but it just takes time. All right, so immigrations on the South Shore apartment left U.S. citizens temporarily detained. See, this is what I'm talking about. This immigrations operations, they're just going after people and not checking to see if they're U.S. citizens. They're just looking and seeing what they look like, and they're arresting them. So, in a large show of force, perhaps the largest since increased immigration arrests begun in Chicago early September. Dozens of armed federal agents, including Border Patrol, conducted immigration operations early Tuesday. A complex in Chicago's South Shore neighborhood. During the operation, U.S. citizens said they were temporarily detained. That's wrong. That's wrong. Because see, at that point, the people who are temporarily detained, they should be able to sue for false imprisonment. I really do think they should be able to sue the government for false imprisonment. Simply because you didn't do nothing wrong. You can't just hold people just because of what they look like. So yeah, so this is just crazy. I just don't understand it. Um, yeah, so Isaiah Johnson, who said he lives in the building, said he was placed in zip tie handcuffs and detained for nearly 2 hours. What kind of mess is that? Isaiah Johnson. Does that sound like a immigrant name? Come on now. It's crazy. It's crazy. So that's why I say I'm staying in, just while they're going on doing this, and I'm not going outside as much. I'm only going to be out there if I have to, because I don't care. I know I'm not their target, but you don't know what these folks are going to do. You don't know what these folks have got going on in their minds, because they're following illegal orders by an illegal president. Yeah, I said it. That's just my opinion. I'm not a fan of this president. It's just what he's doing to our country. All right, so let's keep going. The shutdown of government shutdown is in effect. Portions of a major street in downtown Chicago were shut down by anti-ICE protests. Good, good. Keep them going. Just don't engage with them. Just keep the protests, but don't engage with them. The Chicago Cubs, they won Game 1 of the National League Wild Card Series against the Padres. Um, I wanted to turn to it, but I had a meeting yesterday at that time frame, and then once the meeting was over with, I forgot that the game was happening, so I didn't turn to it. But the update that I had, it was 2-1. So it looks like the Cubs scored another run, and they ended up winning 3-1. So they play again today at 2:08 p.m. Central Standard Time, or Central Daylight Savings Time, today from Wrigley Field. So maybe I can catch a glimpse of it or a little bit of it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So as you can see here, this is what it looked like here. Although where they were all out, so it's just crazy. Anyway, yeah, it's a pretty good game. Chicago got a perfect performance from his bullpen, and the franchise's first playoff win since the 2017 National League Series. Okay, the Cubs were swept by the Miami Marlins, or I don't know, I forgot what Miami's team. I think it was the Marlins. I don't know. In the wild card round in 2020 during their last postseason appearance. So, yeah. So go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on going. I know I'm sick of talking about Trump. But that's what's dominating the news. Chicago's famous pizza restaurant named America's top pizza chain by Yelp. So that's cool. Let's see which one it is. Let's see which one it was. That looks like. I'm not gonna say the name. I'm gonna see if I got it right. Oh no, I was wrong. It's Lou Malnati's. It was Lou Malnati's. And Lou Malnati's is good. It's not my favorite, but they're good. I enjoy them. I wouldn't mind having a Lou Malnati's pizza. Normally we get Rosati's, but I'm really really tired of Rosati's at this point. So whenever we talk about pizza, I feel like, oh, I don't want no pizza. But I think it's just because I don't want Rosati's. So maybe next time we get pizza, we'll head back to Lou's. Uh, so yeah. So let's go back. Yeah, there's really not much. There's really not much else in the news right now to talk about. Let's head over to sports really quick. Steph brother Seth Curry and the Warriors. Oh, So Seth and Steph are going to be both on the Warriors. So we're going to have a two-headed monster and out in Golden State. We're going to have Steph and Seth Curry, the brothers on one team. Now this is the real Splash Brothers. These are the Splash. Splash biological brothers. They call Steph and they call Steph Curry and what's his name? Clay Thompson, the Splash Brothers, and when they were there before and they were on teammates. But now this would be the real Splash Brothers because both these kids can hit threes. They get it from they got it naturally. They got it from their dad because their dad was a good 3-point shooter back in the heyday. So that's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch. A 2-year, $48.5 million contract. That is cool. Oh, it's restricted free agency. Okay. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I didn't read the whole thing. Okay, now I'm reading the whole thing because this news comes just after sources confirmed that um, Jonathan Kuminga and the Warriors have agreed to a 2-year, $48.5 million contract and a restricted free agency. Okay. So he re-signed with them. So that's what it is. Okay, I looked at that all wrong. I looked at that all wrong. Okay, so yeah, so Seth is going to the Warriors. I was starting to say, oh no, he's signing free agency. Then I read the whole thing. It's like, oh no. Okay, so the Dallas Wings fired their coach. Not like I said, not much in the news. Like I said, the Bears had that good comeback victory on Sunday, which the city's still talking about. So 2-2 are the Bears. The Cubs are playing their next second playoff game tonight, and the Sox is sitting here watching like the rest of us. So yeah, it is what it is. So the 2025 WNBA Finals, the Aces versus the Mercury. That might be a good series. I wish it was more fun a couple years ago when the Chicago Sky and Candace Parker were in it. But still fun. The number 2 seeded Las Vegas Aces will battle the number 4 Phoenix Mercury for the 2025 WNBA Championship. I'll be happy when they get big enough and they can do East and West conferences. You know. But Asia Wilson and the Aces are back in the finals, looking for their third title in 4 years after ending the regular season on a 16-game winning streak. A 16-game winning streak. Good gravy. Um, they emerged victorious in the 2 playoff series that they've played. It now it comes down to a win or go home. Uh, oh no, both series came down to a win or go home moment, but now we're in a 7-game series against the. They're going to be in a 7-game series against the Phoenix Mercury. So yeah, we're not going to read this whole article, but you guys can go pick it up from NBC5. But let's see. Let's get some Bulls schedule. Let's get some Bulls news. See if I can find some Bulls news really quick. Preseason. The preseason games are set. The schedule is out. The Bulls are hoping the addition of Isaac Okoro will change the defensive mindset. So yeah, he was a pretty decent player. I liked him when he was in Cleveland. So I think he might be a good fit here in Chicago. I did like Thalen Horton Tucker, but they did not re-sign him. So it seems like Okoro's going to take his spot. But I can't go by who I like. I got to deal with who's going to be out there doing it, and this guy's going to do it more than THT did. So I'm looking forward to see what he's going to bring to Chicago. Um, so he needed to change the scenery after the top-seeded Cavaliers flamed out in the second round of the playoffs last year. Yeah, the Cavaliers were doing so good, but then they just fizzled out. I don't know what happened. They just fizzled out. I was rooting for them because I wanted them to win a championship without LeBron. But the hope is that Okoro can do what Alex Caruso did when he was a Bull, put the success of the defense on his shoulders. So let's see what can happen. We have plenty of offensive players, so this is day one. Let's see, day one clip. Took a charge already on day one in practice. Day one, he took a charge. You see how everybody's falling around. They're getting excited. They're getting hyped. They was getting hyped. Let's look at that again. Let's look at that again. Comes in, boom, offensive foul. Took that charge. Boom, everybody's hyped up because he took a charge on the first day. That's what I'm talking about. I hate that Elon Musk took over Twitter because I got rid of my Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, because I wasn't finna have an account under him. But they still have all the good clips and stuff on there. Okay, so but although Okoro would love to expand his offensive game in the up-tempo run and gun system the Bulls use, he knows his defensive mindset is the reason he was brought into Chicago. So he's gonna do what everybody needs to do, know his role, and fall into it. Buzelis, the Bulls' second-year forward, has caught the bug, trying to play defensive better. So yeah, he's battling through screens and fighting a little bit harder. They're saying so. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun season. This is gonna be a fun season. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what else is there. Kobe White makes his feelings on the Bulls' future crystal clear. I didn't see what that was. I had my thoughts, but I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth, so let's just go down and read it. After inking Josh Giddey to a 4-year, $100 million contract, the Bulls have at least two pillars of the franchise set with the Aussie point guard and the sophomore forward, Miles Buzelis. Kobe White, who could potentially be the third member of that trio, has publicly stated his desire to stay in the Winning City, admittedly with a critical caveat. The Bulls will have to hand him a shiny new deal, one that will exceed what the organization just paid Josh Giddey. So, yeah, Kobe White's looking for the money, and the question is, will the Bulls pay it? I think they should. If you're trying to win and build up, you do that because that's a nice trio to build the Bulls around, and then to add some pieces to it. I think that's a nice trio to try to push something. You don't need superstars to win championships. So we know Kobe White wants to stay in Chicago, and just for the record, that is my thoughts and what I thought, or what I was thinking he was going to be saying. So, all right. So Miami's Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill will miss the rest of the season with a dislocated knee injury. So yeah, he's going to be out. We just talked about the Cubs aiming to clinch their wild card series tonight in Game 2. So if they win tonight, they win the series and they move on to the regular playoffs. But if they lose, Game 3 will happen on tomorrow. All right. Wrestling. Okay, so all premium live events for WWE are now on ESPN's direct-to-consumer platform. Which, I know it was a bad time, and I know they were kicking themselves with the just Jimmy Kimmel thing because, ESPN is a part of Disney, and so many people have canceled their Disney subscriptions, and not everybody have gotten it back. I haven't gotten mine back, but yeah, so I do miss watching the PLEs, but guess what? We'll find a way to see highlights. We'll find a way to watch the show. If we, real fans, will find a way. So just understand that. But ESPN Disney messed up. You get these. They think that everybody's going to sit there and take their side because they're just listening to their base. So they hear the yeses, they hear the voices and the agreements. But what they're not doing is recognizing that it is they're only their own people that's agreeing to it. So then they make the big move, boom, it gets out there to the public, and then they get the pushback from the masses who disagree with what they've done. So to me, Disney messed up. That's how I look at it. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I have for the news today. Let's see. Does Uncle Trey have anything? So I was working on some designs. I did. This is the last thing I worked on. The cover for the Family Names. So this is the cover for the Coral. I did edition. This is the cover for the special edition. That's going to have all the main sauces. You know, although the seal is the special edition, and then the Core Plus has the same seal as the Core Plus. So I think the designs came out really good for the cover. I'm really happy with it. They're in production. So this one here, this cover is already out for the Core edition. It's out and live, ready for purchase. The official launch date for it is October 26th, 2025, which is in less than a month, which is in 26 days from today, which is since today is the first. So these are just, just some quick versions to just the designs and things that I'm sure everyone. So you'll see some more things come out from the warehouse, some more materials, some more t-shirts, some more some jewelry gonna start coming out. So you're gonna start seeing some more items coming out for the warehouse to shop, and then also we continue to pack out the ebooks and the warehouse selection. There are some ebooks out there that I am looking into purchasing, and ebooks that I've written, they're ebooks that I think will help, that I can revamp, or I can actually rebrand and use my own. So I'll be doing actually get some ebooks like that. But yeah, get ready to look out for different things coming from the warehouse as we wrap up and try to get these scaled. We'll start seeing some more. We're working on some advertisements. Like I said, the first few we'll start seeing them come out as a little bit of organic traffic, but then we're going to start seeing posting ads. So be ready, be ready. So that's really it. I don't really have a lot today on the Trace Talks. The main thing that was on my mind, I talked about already, was the government shutdown, and I gave my opinion on that and everything. I will be back on YouTube, on TikTok. So, but I don't Trey Talk will still be here on YouTube in the morning. But sometime during the day, I'm gonna find time to start going live for a spell during the day, just trying to get the Clubhouse's presence out there. People understand what we're doing. I'm gonna come up with different talking points, different lessons that I'm gonna try to bring to you and teach you. All of them on those lives and TikTok. I'll probably do some of that here, even just do like a preview of it here. After we go through the news and everything, go through a preview of what the discussion will be, and then actually go in depth on that call, on that meeting, and on TikTok. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do, something like that. We'll see. We'll finalize it and get it all down in place. But that's it for today. A little short show. We've only been on 38 minutes, but it's been powerful and been good. So I really thank you guys. I really thank you for joining me. I thank you for hanging out with me, and I thank you in advance for. I thank all my potential viewers in advance for being ready to come out and support me, support Auntie Wo and I as we embark on this journey to make our own. So, just like that, I have to go ahead and get up out of here. And always remember, take care of yourself, and just remember that Uncle Trey loves you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Take care, everyone.